What is the most disturbing fact you know? A rare medication reaction called Stevens-Johnson syndrome can cause your skin to blister and eventually peel off, similar to a third-degree burn victim. It's a horrible drug reaction and has a very high mortality rate. It can be caused by almost any medication, including ones you have already taken before and had no prior reaction to. The most common medications that cause it are antibiotics and anti-epileptic medications. Do not the Google pics unless you are not sensitive to medical trauma pics. They're extremely disturbing. He shipped months after the attack. They discovered high in the engine room and a locked storeroom where air bubbles had kept them alive for 2 weeks based on calendars they used to keep track of time. That was well after divers had made their first passes over the ship, listening for sounds of survivors. Go to 36 minutes. Come watch. VDLLC1WNAIE. Honestly, it's pretty disturbing to think about how much plastic waste is floating around in our oceans, harming marine life and ecosystems. The fact that there are huge garbage patches in the ocean is just shocking and really makes you think about the impact of our actions on the environment. It's a good reminder to be more mindful of our plastic usage and how we dispose of it. There's decent evidence that the Challenger astronauts didn't die when the vehicle broke apart. They may have even been conscious and alert inside the crew compartment all the way to the surface of the ocean, which was like a 2.5-minute fall. It's possible they were knocked out, but it's possible they weren't. In my country, the number of total students is on the rise, yet the number of STEM students is in free fall. Those people need to pay for my retirement, as I do for the generation before me, and I'd rather not work 3 years more because it took Snowflake until 35 to get their first real job. A doc here. A lot of people know when they are about to die, even if they don't know why. Just instinctual. They even say it very calmly and knowingly, "I'm gonna die," or something similar. And then they code, or they say they have to go to the bathroom. Then code, "I am dead serious." It is mathematically possible to prove that the universe will eventually stop heat death of the universe. You show that eventually, due to entropy, the universe just stops because energy is so dissipated. Anyone who has taken thermodynamics has done this. A Miyake event. Come space, the sun, ancient superpowered solar storm that hit Earth 14,000 years ago, is the biggest ever identified, could destroy civilization any time, but leave most people alive. For the time being, people have sex in rivers where I'm from. River water here in the Amazon is dark, black, so they are opaque. Sometimes if you see two people standing or sitting behind each other, there is a good chance they are having sex. The majority of adults who sexually abuse children aren't even pedophiles. They're just opportunistic or get off on the power trip. As in, they're not even particularly into kids. They just do it because they can. If you die on Mount Everest, it's too dangerous and too expensive to move your body, so you'll be stuck there forever. And depending on where you die, other climbers might use your body as a trail marker. The fact that the couple down the street from me with 3 kids are not husband and wife. They are in fact brother and sister. Yes, I know it for fact, I went to grammar school with them. That 80 of all US dollars in circulation have been printed since 2020. The universe is likely an unstable false vacuum. In theory, it could tunnel into a lower energy state and destroy everything. The good news is that we'd never know. There's a celestial aspect of the universe that, although I have forgotten the name, has the capacity to end the entire universe instantly if it were to wake up. A vitamin D deficiency can make you suicidal, and deficiencies among adults is very common. Like more than 50% of the population in the US, the universe can carbon copy a timeline possibly into the future. I think this for you is free will. Not really sure about this one. When you're burning to death, your eyes melt out of your head before you die. So you're still alive while your eyes are melting. If you are properly skinned alive, you can survive upwards of an hour and will die from hypothermia, not blood loss. We don't know the effects of microplastics on the human body, partially because we can't find a control group. There are people currently roaming this country with the objective of finding a dog or a cat to torture. Letters between Benjamin Franklin and women allude to the fact that he probably had a fart fetish. 30 of people reported missing and found dead were killed by the person reporting them missing. Everything in the universe is being pulled towards something, and no one on Earth knows what it is. 725 million chickens died just so humans could have wings at the 58 Super Bowl. If it wasn't for your stomach lining, your stomach would eat you from the inside out. An estimated 39 homeless people die each year from being attacked by rats in Mumbai. Greater than half the population of the USA reads at or below 4th grade level. There's a very concerning number of nuclear warheads that are unaccounted for. This question will be asked every 4 months on a subreddit until sundeath. You are 3 days from death. The counter resets when you drink some water. Mummies weren't that rare until the Victorian British ate so many of them. Your thoughts could be completely propagated, and you wouldn't know it. That prime diseases exist, specifically fatal familial insomnia. Donald Trump has a decent chance of winning the presidency again. Presently, Trump is still eligible to be president again. The youngest person to give birth was 5 years old. When whales and dolphins get too old, they just drown. Anti-Semites can always find an excuse to hate Jews.